Today, you're going to plan with me. So we're getting ready to start our new homeschool year in about 2 weeks, and I need to get my mind in order and our life in order to get started. The thought of planning out our days kind of has me overwhelmed at this point. I need to just sit down and do it. I've been putting it off. So I have no idea what you're gonna get. I have no idea what you're gonna see. We're gonna learn as we go this year. We're adding in a lot more curriculum, different activities, and another kid. So I'm really not sure how I'm going to plan yet, how I'm going to structure our days or my planner or anything like that. So you're gonna come along and figure it out with me and see what we can learn and figure out as we go. Okay, so like I said, we're gonna learn as we go for this. I really have no idea how I'm going to piece this all together, but I am using the Homeschool Lesson Planning Minimalist Notebook from Schoolnest. You can find her on Instagram. You can get her planners on Amazon. I will have that link down below. And I have very briefly started setting this planner up. I have a tag where the yearly calendar is, which I have filled out just with the days of the month. And then the months is here, and I have kind of just filled in, I've put all the, and actually, let me just show you. They're blank, so you can completely fill them out on your own. So I have done August and filled in the couple of things here and there that we have going on. And I've also done September, but that's as far as I have filled in as far as months go. We are going to be starting school this day, the 8th of August. And then I put a tag for the current week that we are in. And I'll just move this each week as we move forward. Each week starts with this blank dotted page. And then over here, there's like a checklist, which is great for someone like me who likes to check things off. So you can make a list over here of different things, and you can use it the rest however you want. There is a schedule section. This is my first time using this, and I'm not quite sure how I'm going to use it. I have started, but we'll see as the year goes on how it changes. Like over here, I have listed the things. Well, this is kind of an old list, but of the things I want to do for morning time this year, and then just some special dates. There is a tag there for the current week that we're on. And then I have labeled at the top the day with the date. I've put any special things I need to remember for that day on there. And then I separated, because we don't do anything on the weekend. So I did Monday through Friday, and then I separated off this last one, and I'll use it for notes for different things. So down here I put what we're going to be doing for our morning times. I did a whole video on this that I can link down below, so you can see more in depth what we're going to be doing. But just to run through it, we're doing calendar, we'll do a poem, our affirmation, our little house story, we'll do our Spanish song for our Spanish curriculum. The kids will work on their morning binder pages. We'll do a couple brain quest questions, and then on Fridays we'll do our gratitude journal. So that's just kind of a reminder for me to know what the things I wanted to get through were. And then for their morning binder, their pages correspond. I have the thing right here. It tells you like week 1, what to do for week 1. And their math corresponds with their math curriculum. So I do want to kind of stick to this. The letter, it doesn't really matter to me so much, but so I put this here just so that I know what we need to be doing for their morning binder for this week. Let me see. I'm not even sure what I want to start with. I guess we'll start with Blossom and Root. Okay, so I also did a whole video on our Blossom and Root curriculum that will also be linked down below, but I keep all the parent guides. I did not print them. I just keep them on my iPad, and I look at my iPad each week, each day to know what it is that we are doing. So we're gonna do language arts first, and we are on week, what are we on? Okay, so I had to check all their notebooks to see where we had left off. and we had left off at week 5. We had done some of week 5. We had not done some of week 5. So we're going to kind of pick back up on week 5 where we left off. So there's going to be some things that we don't have to do and some that we do. So I'm just going to kind of fill those in where I think they will fit, and then thank goodness for erasable pens so that I can change things around if I need to. So the literature selection was The Corner from Frog and Toad All Year, and we have already read that, but I am going to reread it since it's been a while and we have things to finish as far as this curriculum goes. So I don't even know how I want to. I guess we're just going to write it up here and figure it out as we go. So I'm going to put The Corner so that I know that we need to read that. I need to, we didn't do the copy work, so I'm going to put copy work. And then, what was the other thing that we didn't do? So we didn't do the copy work or the journal entry. We did the narration. So we need to do copy work and journal entry. Now it goes down to the reading lesson, which we don't really do. I did do them over the summer because we weren't doing our foundations, but because we're going to be starting back with foundations, I'm actually not going to do the reading lessons from Blossom and Root. So that's all I need from the language arts of Blossom and Root. Let's see about the art and history of me. So for art and history of me, we did week 5, and I think we finished it. Let me just check. So looking back for the art and history of me, we actually finished all of the week 5 work. So we don't have to do anything for art and history of me. So week 5 for the science unit, we did some of it. So I think what we're going to do, see, we did the captain's log, but we did not do the activities. We didn't do the control panel or the designing my spacecraft. So we'll reread our mission control letter. So I'm going to put that so I remember, which we had already read, but since we're going to be doing those couple activities, I want to make sure that we read the mission control letter again. And then we'll do, let's see. So some of the optional books are the DK Find Out Solar System, which is one that we have. And it says page 52 and 53. So I'm going to put that. DK Solar System 52 to 53. That's all of the solar system spines that we have. So we'll just do that one. So there are some optional supplemental books that I usually look to see if our library has and put them on hold so that I can get them from the library. And then they have some options for videos, and they have clickable links at the back, at the end pages of the curriculum, which is always really great. So we're gonna watch the video. I just put video. I know that it's in week 5. I know that it's in week 5, so I can just come back to it when we're ready. And so then on top of that, we have the activities in their workbook, which are to design their control panel and design a spaceship, their spacecraft, what they think they might want it to look like later on down the road when we do build it. So we will also do those. Probably not the same day as this. We'll probably do these on this day. So we'll do control panel and space craft. Excuse my sloppy writing. So that's all that we'll have this week for Blossom and Root. This is not a typical Blossom and Root week, but because we were kind of picking up halfway through something where we already left off, that's all we've got for this week for Blossom and Root, which is good for a first week back to school. So next we'll look at Foundations of, or Logic of English. Foundations A. Now this we also kind of left off mid lesson. So we left off in the middle of lesson 30. And I have already kind of gone back and looked at this to kind of see, and all of this stuff, because I thought about just starting back at the beginning of lesson 30, but all of this stuff is really like, it's just asking them what the L says and showing them the L phonics card and doing the Doodling Dragon song and the handwriting. And she does this stuff every day on a regular basis without even being instructed. So we don't need to do any of that. But I think that we'll start right here. The mnemonic awareness, medial vowels. Now she did already do, you can see, at least I hope you can see. You can see that there's a workbook page, page 98 for her to do, and she already did that activity in her workbook when we did this, but she did it in pencil. So I think what I'm gonna do is go through and erase it so that we can do it again and start there. And it's just gonna be kind of a refresher. So we'll start here and we'll finish lesson 30. And then the next day we'll do assessment F. And that's kind of how I've been doing it. Now, when we stopped doing Logic of English, the lessons were getting harder for her, as they should, but they were getting to the point where I was needing to split one lesson into 2 days. I don't think that's going to be the case with this now that we've picked back up, because she's come so far. She's reading now. She already knows all of the phonograms and the sounds. So we'll play it by ear as we finish this, but I'm going to try to do one lesson per day and see how we do there. So all I do when it comes to planning out Logic of English is I just put LOE for Logic of English and then lesson 30. And so then on this day, it'll just be LOE assessment F. This day, my husband and I have a meeting for our 3-year-old, so we will be gone starting at 11 a.m. So I just have, we'll do morning time and then leave that day, nothing else that day. So we'll skip over to this Thursday and do Logic of English. Lesson 31. And then Friday, let's see that. Logic of English, lesson 32. Now we'll do Math with Confidence, which is brand new to us. I haven't ever planned. So this is going to be something new. So the way that this is set up, it includes 4 lessons per week. You can, it says right here, see below for options if you prefer to teach math 5 days a week. We're going to stick with 4 days. Okay, so looking at the lessons, they seem really short and fairly simple. My 5-year-old's definitely going to breeze through some of this stuff, but I'm also doing it with my 4-year-old. So we will take our time as needed for each of them, but I think it'll be fairly easy to do one lesson per day for 4 days. So I'm just gonna kind of do the same thing I did for Logic of English. So we'll do math down here. We're gonna say, I'm just gonna say math, and then lesson 1.1. Over here, math 1.2. And then that's perfect, 4 days of math and we have a day off. So we won't actually have to miss anything. Instead of having Friday off, we'll just have that Wednesday off and do math 1.3 and then math 1.4. Lastly, I just need to look at our Spanish, which is also something that is completely new to us. And this also gives you a kind of guide as far as scheduling goes. So I already know that for sure we're going to do our song every morning during our morning time. We'll listen to the song or the chant or whatever it is for that week. And we'll also do any of the words, and there are pronunciation MP3 downloads that you can get on the website to make sure you've got the pronunciation right, which is going to be a lifesaver. We will do like the words to learn. We'll go over these together in the morning. And the song, like I said, we'll do that. And the alphabet chant, we'll do that. We'll do anything that we need to listen to. We'll do during our morning time, and we'll do those every day during morning time. We'll go over them every day. So that's going to be a part of our morning time. And then our chapter lesson, we will do whichever day probably is our lightest day. So we'll go over, I will read them the lesson, and then my oldest will be able to do some of the practice. Like she can trace, that's no big deal. My 4-year-old won't be tracing all of this stuff yet, but he can do like drawing the picture. And there's a game and a chapter story we can kind of work through together. If I help them, we'll be able to do all that. And then there's also a puppet show that we can work through together, and a kind of a craft or activity to go along with that we can work through together. And probably for these kinds of things, like the it says the puppets, cut out the puppets from page 159. I'll make copies. Our printer is also a copier, and so I'll make copies of this so that we don't actually cut out the book, and so that my son also is able to join us. And then it says to do the show what you know on a separate day together, which it looks like it's just some questions that they need to answer. So we can just do this out loud together, kind of like our morning time review. So for this, like I said, most of it is going to be during morning time. So I don't even really need to put it into my planner because I already have it marked over here. I have Spanish song, but just all of our Spanish review we'll do together in our morning time. And then other than that, the games, I'll probably schedule 2 days to do the Spanish activities to kind of break it up a little bit. So I'll do those on our lightest days. So it looks like right now, really that's Thursday and Friday, but I don't want to wait until that late in the week. So I think what we're going to do is I'm going to do over here, Spanish. I'm just going to write Spanish. And then I'll have to kind of figure out how I want to do this as we go forward. And what works best for us. But for now, I'm just going to write Spanish. And I know that I want to break up the activities between 2 days. So I'm going to do Spanish there, and then I'm going to do it over here as well on Thursday. And then, like I said 100 times already, it's not like we won't be doing anything on the other days because we will always be doing it in our morning time. So we'll see how that works for us, and then I can change it and adjust it going forward as needed. So I think that the other thing that I'm going to do, kind of over here, I guess, for now, I'm going to make a to-do section, things that I need to do in order to prepare us for this week. I need to make copies from our Spanish of the few things that I want to be able to include my 4-year-old in. I also need to download the MP3 pronunciations from the website so that I have this ready ahead of time. I need to erase those parts of the Logic of English student book that I want my daughter to redo. I also need to, there is a book that goes along each week with our math with confidence, which I think is awesome. So I need to find the book and put it on hold at the library or buy it from Amazon, whatever I decide to do. So Where's the Pear is the name of the book. So if I make that note, then I know that I need to check the library to see if they have it or if I need to buy it. And then other than that, like I would typically go through all of our Blossom and Root and see if there are any supplies or definitely books. Blossom and Root uses lots of books. So there are a lot of times that I need to put books on hold, but because we already did most of week 5 from our Blossom and Root, we're really not going to need any books. I already have the Frog and Toad one that we'll be using. I already have the DK Solar System. So I think for now, that's about it for our first week back to school. If you like these planning videos and seeing how I'm kind of piecing things together, let me know in the comments down below, and I can try to do these like maybe every week or every couple of weeks, once a month, if you like to see this kind of thing. So let me know. We can add that to the video rotation for our channel. Well, we'll see how that works for us. I am not opposed to changing my system and moving things around and changing things as we go once we kind of get into the school year and see how things are going to roll for us. So stay tuned. I'll let you know how things change, if things change, what I do differently. I'll probably do a whole update in a couple of months on curriculum, on planning, on all the things. So stay tuned for that. What kind of a planner are you? Do you plan from behind? Sometimes I find that that's helpful, but then in other seasons, I definitely need to plan ahead. Let me know in the comments what kind of personality you are. Thanks for joining me today. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, if you got something out of it. Make sure you're subscribed to our channel and the bell notification is on so you get a notification anytime I post a new video. And stick around as we get into this new school year. I'm excited for all the things that I'm going to be sharing with you. All right, we'll see you next time. Bye.